What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and do you remember when the Doctor Who apologists were out there making excuses for the overnight ratings of the first few episodes of the 15th Doctor? They told us that we just have to wait for the full ratings before we're allowed to make judgments. Well, the full ratings are out now for the first 2 episodes of this latest season of Doctor Who, and it seems like a shitload of people have decided to take Ncuti Gatwa's advice and go touch grass instead of watch this thing. These are the worst ratings for the opening 2 episodes of any new Doctor in the history of this 60-year show, and they are damn near the worst ratings of any episode ever. And on behalf of all of us who were insulted by the likes of Ncuti Gatwa, Jinx Monsoon, and Russell T Davies when we voiced our complaints, well, we've got something to say to modern Doctor Who.
That son of a...
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. But we have to get a look at the full ratings for the first 2 episodes of the new Doctor Who season. Let's read the Radio Times here to see what's up. Doctor Who ratings revealed for first week of season 14. We now have a clearer picture of the ratings for Doctor Who's launch episodes with confirmed audience figures for the first 7 days following the first 2 episodes' release. According to Barb, 4.01 million tuned in for Space Babies and 3.91 million for The Devil's Cord.
I'm sorry.
These figures are the 7-day consolidated ratings and include those who watched on BBC iPlayer from the show's release on Saturday. And that's very important because you may remember it was the Radio Times who wrote this a few days ago, making excuses for the poor overnight figures, insisting that it was only because of the BBC iPlayer. I'll bet the keyboard of the person who wrote this piece was absolutely soaked with tears as they typed it up. Anyway, viewing figures for programs on broadcast channels are consolidated 7-day viewing figures with pre-broadcast viewing and viewing on tablets, PCs, and smartphones included. Alright, so now that we have all that out of the way, and they can't hide behind the fact that people watching on the BBC iPlayer were not being factored into the ratings, now that they can't hide behind that, let's get some perspective on these numbers, shall we? Let's look at the first 2 episodes, excluding Christmas specials, of other recent Doctors to see how bad this was. Christopher Eccleston's first episode had 10.81 million viewers, and his second had 7.97 million. That is quite a difference from 4.01 million and 3.91 million.
I want you guys to like me, and you look at me like I'm a freak.
But you might say, well, Captain, I don't want to contradict you, but isn't that an unfair comparison? After all, Eccleston's episodes were the first episodes in over a decade. Well, fair enough. Then let's look at David Tennant's first 2 episodes that weren't a Christmas special. He got 8.62 million and 9.24 million, respectively.
I feel foolish.
You want more examples? Let's look. Matt Smith's first episode got 10.09 million viewers, and his second episode got 8.42. Peter Capaldi got 9.17 million in his first episode and 7.29 million in his second. And then Jodie Whittaker actually had the highest debut of them all, with 10.96 million viewers in her premiere episode and 9 million in her second. Of course, her excellent start was due to the curiosity of having a woman as the Doctor for the first time. But, unfortunately for the showrunners of Doctor Who, playing the identity card has diminishing returns, and by the end of her run, Jodie Whittaker was struggling to stay above 4 million viewers.
Those guys suck!
For reference, prior to Whittaker, the only Doctor to ever have a single episode fall below 5 million was Capaldi, and that was in his final season. Hell, falling below 6 million was a rarity. But truly, this woke shit has cut the viewership of this once legendary show down to a fraction of its former self.
Your powers are weak, old man.
And maybe that's it. Maybe it's just time for Doctor Who to die. The writers are down to using gimmicks, changing the race and sex of the character in order to draw people in. But just like all gimmicks, people see through them eventually, and they have diminishing returns.
I don't want to go.
Well, that's sad, but that's where we are. And I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you tell everyone who needs to hear it, I told you so. New Doctor Who is an abject failure. Drop your thoughts and your mockery in the comments below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.